This is Paul. Yeah. A person convicted of a misdemeanor, gross misdemeanor? Yes. Uh-huh. And then in addition, the offense must not be a violent offense. Ouch. Driving under the influence, operating a railroad steamboat? Yes. Including attempt obscenity, pornography? Yeah. Mhm. An offense involving domestic violence in some circumstance and as described in 9.96.060. Yes. Now, let's see. I will never get this off my record. Pooh. Now, let's look at the traffic citation. Right. Because I think that's, it was title no contact order 26.50.110.1. Yes. Well, you said I was in swim and I wasn't. Yes. Now, I would think that this does fit the definition of domestic violence. Hmm. Where the truth of the matter is, I wasn't there. Right. So really, I'm never getting this off my record, am I? Yes. I'm always going to be known as a violent offender. Yes. Even though you wouldn't admit the evidence that I wasn't there. No. You wouldn't admit the evidence that the protection order is fraudulent. Yeah. You wouldn't acknowledge the forgeries of the protection orders. Yes. And that I am going to spend the rest of my life with your court orders right now. The next 35% of my life, you're fucked up. Really? Isn't that what you're doing? Jefferson County. Yes. Did you say Brett Roberts? Obviously, I did know about the court hearing. I emailed law enforcement wanting notice from the state of jurisdiction. Yes. What I find out about the state of jurisdiction? Poop. Somebody had maliciously harassed me. Ooch. Doing, yes, committing a hate crime, yes, of changing the information on my driver's license. Oh. Now, you would have thought that the felony pooch of changing my height, yes, my weight, ooch, and my address, would have been one of those misprisons of felony right now. Now, I want you to understand something, judges. Pooch. I'm going to go through every charge. Yes. Detainment. Yes. Arrest. Conviction. Pooch. Restoration cases. Yes. And every time that you've intentionally put a mark on the criminal record, yes, of any American citizen without any justification for it to being there, yeah, I'm going to have the largest class action lawsuit in the United States, yes, against police departments right now that think, well, he's probably there. Now, I gave you the explanation of the Terry stop, yes. When you issued the warrant for my arrest on February, yes, 23rd of 2019, and they arrested me in this library, yes, I think it's on my criminal record. Yes, it is. And when you arrested me, yes, for failure to appear to the arraignment, yes, without me getting, ouch, I think it's on my criminal record. Yes. And when you dismissed the case because of incompetence, yes, I think it's on my criminal record. Poop. Now, when you won't admit the evidence I wasn't in Jefferson County, and you wouldn't admit the evidence that I wasn't cyber stalking, yes, and you won't admit the evidence that my wife kidnapped my sons, ooch, because you wouldn't admit the evidence that you didn't have jurisdiction to dissolve the marriage, yes, you've effectively made the rest of my life my life. See, a decree of dissolution, yes. Mhm. There was no proof of service to myself, yes. There was no actual service of the dissolution of marriage. Yes. And I gave you a copy of the marriage license. Yes. Now, for every attorney of the United States that thinks, yeah, that I'm going to spend the rest of my life, yes, with that criminal record, yes, because of those corrupt individuals, thinking that they can just fuck up people's lives and never be held accountable for it, I will personally sue every law firm that has knowledge of the commission of a felony, which the felony has actually occurred, yes, and the felony is a federal offense. Now, if you willfully conceal the commission of a felony, federal offense, you can be charged with misprision of felony. Yes. Now, let's say you're in New Jersey. Local law enforcement goes to the attorney firm and said, well, we're just not going to charge you with it. I will sue them. Let's say this. No, you will be charged. And for any corrupt cop right now, sheriff, yes, that will not actually charge those that are legally liable for their knowledge of misprision of felony, I will sue you individuals. Now, misprision of felony is a form of obstruction of justice. Yes, it is. And if you are convicted, you face up to $250,000 fine, imprisonment up to 3 years, or both fine and imprisonment. Now, it's a Class B felony to issue a dissolution of marriage without proof of service, without the jurisdiction of law. And it is misprision of felony to know about the kidnapping and refuse to enforce the laws. See, I gave you what the RCW said. The actor's sole intent is to assume custody of the person. Nothing contained in this paragraph shall constitute a defense to a prosecution for or preclude a conviction of any other crime. Yes. Now, I've shown you this before. Yes. When you issue the dissolution of marriage, yes, and it happened to be my wife, the actor is a relative of the person abducted. You intentionally issue this knowing that I did not have notice of court hearings, knowing that the marriage certificate was from the United Nations, knowing that I was not served the dissolution of marriage, knowing that I couldn't appeal your decision. That is kidnapping, and it's a felony. Now, that's the second felony, forgery and kidnapping.